Brother-Librarian Kael Vorn knelt on the hull of the derelict Shadow's Lament, frost crackling across his black ceramite like spider silk. His gauntlet brushed a shard of obsidian glass, Corax's own mirror, they said, shattered when the Primarch vanished into the eye. The shard pulsed. A single word hissed through the vox, not in Gothic, not in any tongue of man, return. Kael's psychic hood flared crimson. Somewhere inside the ship's carcass, something that had once worn Raven Guard colors moved without a heartbeat. The auspex registered 0 life signs. 0. Yet boots, his own boots, echoed in the corridor ahead. He was alone. He had always been alone. Until now. Kael descended through ruptured decks where lumen strips flickered like dying candles. The Shadow's Lament had been declared lost in M35, its crew purged for gene taint. Official records ended there. Unofficial whispers, passed between apothecaries in sealed vaults, spoke of a second purge. One that never made the annals. He found the first body in the apothecarian. Brother Sergeant Arcturus, helm split, face frozen mid-scream. The date stamp on the pick feed frozen in his retinal display, 8.412.999.m30. The day Corax disappeared. Kael's gauntlet trembled. Arcturus had died 1,000 years before Kael's own implantation. The sergeant's hand still clutched a data slate. The screen glowed. The flaw is not in the gene seed. It is in the echo. When the Primarch left, he took the silence with him. We are what remains. A boot scuffed behind him. Kael spun, bolt pistol raised.
Nothing. Only the shard in his other hand, now warm, veins of silver crawling across its surface like living quicksilver. He voxed the strike squad waiting in the Thunderhawk. Brother Captain Rail. I've found evidence. Static. Then Rail's voice, thin as paper, negative, librarian. You are alone on that hawk. Kael looked at the auspex again. 1 life sign. His own? The shard pulsed again. The temperature plummeted 20 degrees. Somewhere, a child began to cry. The crying led him to the gene vault. Rows of progenoid glands floated in amniotic tanks, each labeled with a name, a date, a failure. One tank was cracked. Inside, a half-formed aspirant, no older than 12 Terran years, pressed translucent palms against the glass. His eyes were Corax's eyes. The boy opened his mouth. No sound. But Kael heard. You were supposed to save us. Kael staggered. The psychic backlash tasted of ash and guilt. He remembered his own implantation. The pain. The apothecary's whisper, your seed is irregular. But the chapter needs bodies. He had never asked what irregular meant. Now the boy pointed to the far wall. A fresco, half erased by time. Corax, wings spread, weeping black tears. Beneath him, a legion of shadows, a Raven Guard who had never been born. The shard in Kael's hand cracked. A sliver embedded in his palm. The pain was exquisite. The vault lights died. Emergency crimson bathed the chamber. The boy was gone. But the tanks were empty. Every single one. From the darkness, a voice, his own voice, whispered, they're walking now, librarian. And they remember your face. Kael ran. Corridors twisted like intestines. Bulkheads bled. His bolter answered shadows that bled back. He found Brother Rail, or what wore Rail's face, standing in the strategium. The captain's helm was off. His eyes were voids. Kael, the thing said, voice layered with 100 dead brothers. You left us in the dark. Kael fired. The bolt round passed through Rail and detonated against the far wall. The thing smiled with Rail's mouth. We are the doubt Corax buried. The gene seed he could not perfect. Every failure. Every stillborn. Every neophyte who screamed when the black carapace rejected him. It stepped closer. We are you. Kael's hand went to the shard in his palm. It had fused. Silver veins spidered up his wrist, under the ceramite. He saw flashes. A Raven Guard apothecary weeping as he burned a cradle. Corax on his knees in the eye, whispering apologies to ghosts. Kael himself, centuries hence, leading a chapter of the Unborn. He wrenched the shard free. Blood, black, viscous, poured from the wound. The thing wearing rail screamed. Every shadow in the ship screamed with it. Kael jammed the shard into the Strategium's cogitator core. Purge protocol, he rasped. Authorization, Vorn Alpha 0. The ship's machine spirit howled. Plasma conduits ruptured. He had minutes.
Kael dragged himself to the Thunderhawk. The Shadow's Lament burned behind him, a second star in the void. Rail, the real Rail, met him at the ramp. "You're bleeding," the captain said. Kael looked at his hand. The wound was gone. No scar. No shard. Only a faint silver tracery under the skin, like a map. Dreams, Kael lied. They launched. In the void, the derelict's death throes painted the viewport. Kael closed his eyes. The crying had stopped. But in the silence, he heard boots. Marching. Always marching. The Raven Guard do not speak of the Shadow's Lament. Its purge is classified under the seal of the Librarius. Yet every so often, a scout on deliverance wakes screaming of silver-eyed children. Every so often, a veteran finds a shard of black glass in his gauntlet, warm to the touch. War is not the clash of steel. It is the echo that refuses to die. The Unborn Legion marches in the space between heartbeats, in the pause before a bolter fires. They are the doubt we plant in every recruit, the flaw we call necessary. Corax left to find redemption. He found only mirrors. We are those mirrors. And one day, the glass will break again. Soldiers of the Imperium, ask yourself, when you look into the black of your helm's lenses, whose eyes stare back? Subscribe to Phantom Warhammer Tales for the next descent, the Lamenter's blood that would not clot, where even the Emperor's mercy curdles. The veil is thin. The dead are patient. They wear your face when you're not looking.